Hello, and welcome to the Wright Point-of-View, where we discuss health, wellness, love, and all the things in between. I am your wellness coach and host, Mishondy Wright-Brown, and I want to thank you for joining. What we're going to cover today is number one, we're going to celebrate this being episode number one. Woohoo! I have decided that I would share my knowledge and my opinions with the world in the hopes of raising awareness for wellness and health and making sure that we, especially people who take care of other people, take care of ourselves. So I will share a little bit about myself first, and then I'll share what the future broadcasts will cover. So again, I am Mishondy Wright. I am a wellness coach, and by trade, I am a registered nurse. I have been in healthcare for over 20 years, and I have been in nursing as a licensed and registered nurse for 20 years this year. So I'm excited about that. And most recently, I have spent the last 14 years as a director of nursing at a skilled care facility. And for those of you who may not know, that means that I have had the opportunity to coach, lead hundreds of nurses, nursing assistants, and ancillary personnel in taking care of the geriatric aging population. Additionally, I have been privileged to take care of hundreds to thousands of residents. So I consider that an honor. When I thought about it before this broadcast, even now it still surprises me, and I'm a little bit in awe of, first of all, how fast time is flying, and secondly, how day to day we have so much of an impact. We have the opportunity to encounter so many people. So I am thankful for that. I have decided that at this point, I wanted to be able to share some of my knowledge and some of the things I've gained and some of my successes and failures with other people in hopes of raising awareness for wellness. A part of that comes from, again, being in that setting. So being a director of nursing in a setting where people are plagued with chronic illnesses, I became more and more aware of a growing epidemic that we ignore a lot. If we live every day, you're going to get older, right? And what I saw was that there are people who are plagued with diseases, illnesses, situations, syndromes that are 90% or more preventable. I found myself giving education about diabetes and giving education about maintenance of hypertension and coaching and helping people who are receiving dialysis and people who have other conditions, hypothyroidism and things like that. I found myself coaching them and saying, but if I would have been in a position to help them 10 years ago, would they be in this situation now? And after years of studying and after years of going to work day in and day out and seeing the exact same thing, I found one thing to be true, that there's a missing link in our wellness and our health, and that is education. It appears that we were taught about education, but not as it relates to us, right? So we were taught we go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a job. We were taught how to survive in a world, but weren't taught how to take care of ourselves. We weren't educated on self-care. I don't know about for you, but for me, the extent of that was, brush your teeth, wash your face. And in my community, make sure you put some lotion on, some grease on your face, and put some oil on so you don't look ashy, right? So that was the health part. Eat all your food, eat all the food on your plate, eat your veggies. That is what we were taught about health. And when I thought about that, it is no wonder that we lead the world in obesity, and why, it is the expectation in some communities that we develop hypertension and that we develop diabetes and we develop heart disease. It's the expectation because no one taught us otherwise. So one of the reasons I've decided to share this space with other people is that I want to be able to provide the education that I've been privy to learn. I want to be able to help people prevent illnesses is in as much as I can. That's one portion. The second part is where I want to be able to share what people pay lots of money for in skilled nursing facilities, and that is a nurse to take care of them, to educate them as much as possible, as many times as necessary, on how to manage their care. So there's a portion of this broadcast that will be care management. And then finally, the wellness, because once we figure out how to keep ourselves healthy, how to get healthy, we want to know how to keep ourselves healthy, right? And so the wellness portion has been my new love. So initially I came into this space wanting to help sick people, and now I want to additionally help people prevent sickness, help people not become sick. And so another part of this broadcast, you'll learn, there'll be wellness tips on eating and exercise and self-care that I'm so excited to share. So there will be 3 parts of this broadcast, and they will go something like this. On Monday, it will be Mindful Monday. And Mindful Monday, we will talk about things that of our minds. We will focus on our minds and being mindful in our existence, right? So not just to wake up every day and just be. We want to be mindful in that existence and purposeful and intentional. So on Monday, we'll talk about self-care, and we'll talk about, we'll focus on things of the mind. That's Mondays. And then on Wednesdays, we'll talk about care management. It'll be a Wellness Wednesday, but it will be care management focused. So on Wednesdays, we'll talk about managing your care. So we'll talk about things like diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, respiratory issues, thyroid issues, fibromyalgia, syndromes, pain management, those types of things on Wednesdays. And on Fridays, we'll feed our soul Fridays. We'll talk about fitness, wellness, and health. What to eat, if you're transitioning lifestyles from veganism or to vegetarian to pescatarian to what I like to call myself pseudo-vegan, where I eat basically what I want to eat. I believe in balance, but we'll talk about those types of things on Fridays. So that is the template that I'm going for right now, just to be able to share with the audience, to share with you what I've learned in my over 20 years in healthcare, and again from my point of view, which is why it's called Wright Point-of-View. I also want to share with you that I believe in giving back. So additionally, if you follow me on social media, on Instagram at Mishondy Wright Wellness, or on Facebook at Mishondy Wright RN Wellness Coach, I will share open office days. I will offer open office on Thursdays, kind of my concierge nursing, where I will open myself up for questions. Those questions that I get once people find out I'm a nurse. My whole family calls me. All of my friends call me. If something goes wrong, what do you think? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? On Thursdays, I will have an open office time. It'll be about an hour, and that time will be announced. So please follow me on social media, where I'll just answer questions. I'll start off by questions I've gotten for the week from other people, because we learn from one another. Maybe it's a question that you had that someone else has asked. So I'll answer those questions and questions that come in as I'm there. Let me just give you this sidebar that I do take a holistic approach. Having said that, initially, what you hear from me will be, I believe in natural things, but I look at things holistically. I like to look at the individual, because we are all of our parts, right? We are the sum of all of our parts. And so I will advise in as much as I can naturally what I know, what has worked for me, what has worked for my clients, what has worked for my patients naturally. And then if necessary, I will make referrals to modern medicine and or a physician. So just want you to be aware that I may not talk about medicine at first, but if you come to me about something that's regarding medicine or modern medicine, I will offer up natural solutions in as much as I can. I just want you to know that. So I am excited. I'm super excited. Feel free to reach out to me at any time with any questions, or if you have any topics you would like for me to cover on this broadcast, please reach out to me and I will take them into consideration, and I will be happy to address the issues that you come up with. I will be more than happy to talk about everything that I know, because I've decided that I will die empty, that everything that I know I will pour out for the betterment of my community, for the betterment of the world. So I'm glad you're here with me. I hope you stay along for the ride. The times of the broadcast will be announced, but we are going Monday for Mindful Monday. Wednesday will be Wellness Wednesdays, where we focus on care management, and Fridays will be Fitness Friday, where we talk about health, wellness, exercise, and those kinds of things, so that we build ourselves up holistically and remember to look at us as a whole, that no one part of us equals us, if that makes any sense. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, follow me on social media on Instagram at Mishondy Wright Wellness. That's MISHONDY Wright Wellness, and on Facebook at Mishondy Wright RN Wellness Coach. And you can keep up with things that I'm going to be doing. Any live events, you'll be able to attend sign up for and attend the open office hours on Thursday, and purchase any of my books or anything like that kind of stuff will be on there. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. You are not here by mistake. I believe everything happens for a reason. And I wish, beloved, that you be in good health and prosper, even as your soul prospers. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day and be well.